going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 109 of The Road to Glory, here with FC United of Manchester. Hopefully you guys are good. Of course, this is the first episode on the new skin. Just one thing I need to get off my chest immediately, because I know someone's going to make a comment on it. After I recorded the Arsenal episode, my game crashed. It wasn't anything to do with the new kind of cheat engine speed hack I've been using. In fact, I wasn't even using that when I had the crash, but I basically had to holiday repeatedly to get a 1-goal deficit win. Eventually I got a 3-2. I did try for a while to replicate the 1-0, but after about 10 attempts I just gave up and settled for 3-2. But anyway, today we have the game against Manchester United away in the league. It's going to be a tricky tie. If you missed earlier on today, I uploaded a new video about running a speed hack on my FM to get it to run quicker. If you want to check that out, please do so. Highly recommend you check it out. Of course, all you have to do, cheat engine, I just tick enable speed hack, apply, and now my FM's running in ×8 speed. So if you want to know more about what I just did on screen, go check out the video that was uploaded earlier on today. I'll put a link to it down in the description, but you'll see now, look how quick this is processing through to match day on ×8 speed. I highly recommend that if you missed the video, go check it out, because it will change the way you play Football Manager. But anyway, today we have got the game against Manchester United. It's going to be a tricky tie, to say the least. Manchester United, a good side, of course. They're always up there in the league still. They've got an ageing squad, and of course we did finish higher than them last season in the league. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on today against them. So here we are. What are our past meetings like? Let's check this out. So past meetings, we've only won one of the last 17. So, I mean, the odds are still against us. However, in the last few years, we really have grinded out results against them and started to draw a lot more. So I'm hoping we can continue to take that momentum and hopefully get a win today against them. It's going to be a tricky tie. But I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic here. We've got a near enough full-strength squad. There's a few players who I need to rotate around. So at right back, we are going to move in. Oh, Prest is injured, okay. Nazarov, you're going to have to play, I think. Yeah, Nazarov will have to play, unfortunately. Which isn't great, but one of those things. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this new skin. Obviously, just been trying it out. I'm starting to like it more. It's starting to grow on me. I think with skins, you're always a little bit kind of, not hesitant necessarily, but a little bit dubious when you first see them and they're new, but it's a nice skin, and I am getting kind of into the swing of things, I suppose, in terms of just getting used to this new skin. It is the Bergkamp skin for those unaware, so if you want to check that out, go on Google, type in Bergkamp FM skin, and you will find it. Payrod wants a rest, but again, I'm going to be playing him today because I need him playing against Manchester United. But near enough full-strength side. Nazarov obviously playing with the injury. Peyrod's tired. But other than that, squad looks very strong. And we're playing at the exact same team and the exact same system we tried against Arsenal, where we got the 1-0 win. Looking at our team, you can see they've got some real class acts on their team. Zuma, Romario, De Gea, Goetze, Fierro, some of the best players in FM. And of course, they are all getting a little bit old now. So it'll be interesting to see how we do get on against them today. It's going to be a tricky one. Just give those team instructions. Let's say for the fans. Okay, no one reacted. Brilliant. Brilliant. I swear for the fans never works for me. I could swear. Anyway, let's get into today's game. Let me just disable the speed hack. And we are going to be playing on 3D view now. I've got a new mod installed which makes the ball brighter, so hopefully you can see it. So let me know if you prefer having it like this in 3D. Obviously, because I've got the speed hack on, I have to turn all the speeds down. It's the only downside of it, but it's still a nice speed. It won't be too quick during the highlights. But no, 0-0 at the moment. This is a tough game, obviously. Last episode I covered all the pre-season stuff in the Arsenal game, and I don't know what really to expect here. I mean, a draw would be good. We're playing well, 0-0, but we are being competitive, which is good. which is, great to see. I'm going to tell the players to get the ball forward. We're going to play through defences and work the ball into the box, and we'll see how those free shouts get on with each other. They're free shouts that I do like to use a lot. But no, well, we are looking good. Hopefully you'll get a chance to see the new 3D with the brighter ball, so you can let me know what you think, because at the moment this has been a pretty boring game. Looking at the stats, we are edging it in terms of creating more chances, but it is still 0-0. We're looking good here. We've got to obviously defend well here as Fierro gets the ball. Manchester United working the ball around well in the area. It's going to be interesting. Get on that. Great play. Payrod threading through. Jose, through ball. Senior. Boom. Boom. Payrod scores 1-0. Let's go. This would be, I think, the first ever win away against Manchester United, which would be absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, Manchester United, they've dominated the league for so long, but as I've mentioned, their ageing squad is starting to haunt them a little, I feel. And they have a chance here. Wow. Oh, as soon as I say we deserve the lead, they go back and up the other end and score. Brilliant. Don't you love FM, guys? Oh, dear me. 1-1. I'll take it against Manchester United. It keeps us unbeaten for over a season still. But that was pretty disappointing. I didn't use any subs, which I know someone's going to moan about, but to be fair, the squad was fairly fit there, and Payrod did get man of the match in the end. Manchester United are getting an attendance of £95,000. Clearly Old Trafford had a bit of an extension going on. Just to wrap up this episode, because it is a short one because of the pre-season stuff, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you guys the reserve team, kind of a few of the hot prospects in the youth team that I'm kind of looking forward to seeing develop, so you guys can kind of check them out. So we'll do that. Right now, obviously, new skin, new everything. So looking at our youth team, there's a big selection of players here that I'd say are really hot prospects, even maybe these guys as well. Obviously, Monty Virilio and Sporto, the 19-year-olds, have gone out on loan. But all in all, the squad is looking really good for the future. So we'll have a look at some of these top players. Here we have Colin Corfer. This guy, 16 years old. He came in last Christmas. Fantastic prospect for the future. 16-year-old wing-back. This guy, I didn't ever think someone could replace Nazarov, but this guy is 6 years younger than him and already looking like he could equally match him in terms of a player. Obviously, that great determination helps too. And it's nice to have a bit of Irish blood in the team, I suppose. We also have Carl Klaus, England under-21 international at the age of 17. Left-footed, which is a kind of nice for playing him on the left-hand side. Solid stats all the way around. Looking forward to seeing him to continue to develop. Solid mentals, solid physicals. If anything, his technicals let him down, but that's not necessarily a problem because technicals are easier to train than mental and physical attributes, so I'm not too worried about that. Centre defensive mid here we have Daniel Ramirez, the 18-year-old Argentine international, another one of these amazing prospects that I have coming through the academy. Unbelievable talent, already playing for the under-20s Argentina side at such a young age is great to see too. We have Ferhat Agun, this guy, Turkish and English dual nationality, however he's chosen to play for England, already won it under-21 cap as well for England. This guy's 6'5", a beast in the air, great determination, again, fairly solid mentals and not too bad physicals, so plenty of time for him to develop, still only 16 years old too. We then have Shane Murphy, who's currently out injured. This guy, he was a bit of a punt when I brought him in at the age of 15. He's still got the makings of a great player. Just going to be interesting to see how he develops kind of going forward. But a very hot prospect. There's a lot of players here. Some of them are already kind of players, and I go, you're going to be an established stars. But then there's these guys like Shane Murphy, who I look at and I go, you're not necessarily the best on paper compared to some of the other kind of prospects I have. But with a bit of training and a few good years in the reserves, you could seriously be a star for us. Here we have Ellis Doyle, 17 years old, English striker, capped at under-19, could potentially maybe partner Carl Klaus in the future. Hot prospect, 16 determinations, obviously great finishing stat as well for such a young age. Another one of these players who he's got loads of time to develop, loads of time. And there's a lot of players here, especially these younger ones who have just come in, who I'm just looking forward to seeing develop. Here we have Jordan Alana. This guy, 16 years old, came to the club at the age of 14. This is now his second season at the club, second full season, I should say. But he's looking like a superb prospect. Obviously, the 16 tackling, 14 marking, and 16 heading for a player this young is insane, and he's only ever going to get better and really add to our kind of youth side. We also have Robson, who came in the last window. Had to wait for this guy to turn 18 before he could join us from his Brazilian club. But looking at his stats, another insane player. I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but just looking at these regens, I get excited for the future because these guys are seriously talented players. I mean, he's come in for 800k, which is absolutely nothing. It's pennies. And I'm really excited to see how he can develop. Here we have Batista, another Brazilian who I had to wait to become of age to transfer over from Brazil. Either-footed forward, not the tallest guy and not the best in the air. I mean, he still has 16 heading. It's really his jumping that lets him down. But as a player, unbelievable talent. 18 years old, already 22 under 20 appearances for Brazil. A monster. It's crazy. I mean, looking at these guys, maybe guys in the comments, let me know who of these guys you reckon is going to be kind of the hot prospect. Maybe go back through the video if you have to. But let me know who you think is like the guy who's going to come big for us. Here we have Diego. I'm kind of contemplating training this guy as a centre mid. He's only 19 years old and he's an amazing all-rounded player. He's naturally a wing-back, however, his lack of pace has somewhat put me off maybe playing him there, but it's something that can be worked on. And I'm actually going to change his focus now to quickness. I don't know why that wasn't already set, but this guy, loads of time to still improve. And he's kind of one of the older players, but he's one of the better players in the young squad. Right wing, we have Wesley Beckham, 16 years old Englishman, came from Southampton for £1.1 million, not too big a transfer, and a really hot prospect for the future. No relation to David Beckham, however. We then have Charbelsi, who's an insane young striker, 16 years old. Another one of these hot prospects. I feel like we have 6 potential world-class strikers in the academy now, which is insane to say. And just all in all, the whole of the reserves, I mean, you look at the kind of ratings of some of these players. If I just remove, say, these guys from the equation, you look at the non-highlighted players here, we really have players who can play in every position who are insanely hot prospects, and it's just a waiting game really, waiting for them to kind of emerge. We have Emilio Sporto here, 19 years old, playing in Norwich's first team this year. The loan experience in the first team is going to be huge for him. Obviously, Norwich are a fairly well-established Championship side on this. They had a period of time in the Premier League. They got relegated on this. If I show you their past thing, they're always finishing in the playoffs and playing alongside Lascelles. I feel like Sporto's going to have a fantastic little mentor here and a great little partner, and someone who's really going to help him develop because he's still a young player and he has loads of time still to kind of flourish, as I've already said. We have Stefano Gioacchini. I don't know, that is one hell of a name though, sounds so Italian. This guy, another amazing little prospect, 18 years old, just needs time on the ball, time to develop, and I still don't know where I'm going to play this guy. I mean, I look at him now and I think you could be a centre-back, except you lack the defending stats, but with a little bit of training and a little bit of practice, this guy could easily make it as either a centre-mid or maybe even a wing-back or a ball-winning midfielder. It's one of these roles where I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him yet. It's, he's in the reserves, he's developing a little, and I just have to play the waiting game, I suppose. Up front and at left wing, he plays either. We have Monti here. He is Argentina's under-21 first-choice striker. 50 caps at the age of 19 for the under-20 squad. Can't argue with that. Looking at his attributes, absolutely insane stuff. I mean, looking at his past ratings as well, you can see how well he's really doing in the reserves. Not in the reserves, on loan at Lazio. He's carrying them, and that's insane to say and insane to see. And it's going to be good for him kind of going forward to just continue to play for them. Here we have Leandro Verilio. He's on loan at Reading. Another player who's a hot prospect. He's 19. I've loaned him out. I want him to get this first-team football opportunity. Could play right wing back or centre back. I'm leaning towards the right wing back role, although we still have players there like Nazarov who like, although Nazarov's an absolutely insane first-team player now at the age of 22, there's a few players in this squad who could easily overshadow him come, 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years. So, I mean, it's exciting times ahead, and I really can't wait to see how this squad kind of develops. I mean, the youth prospects in this side are insane. Team more players I'll just cover really quickly. We have Augusto Monslavo here. What a name. This guy, 20 years old, Argentine. Great little player. Maybe never going to break into our first team, but considering he came in for 700k, guaranteed to sell him on for some money. There's no way this guy won't make me a profit. And sometimes, I guess, I don't know, with developing the youth players like how I like to do it, and one of the major plus points obviously is you can bring in a lot of really strong players, and I guess on the flip side, if players don't make out, I can offload them, and that's a kind of a nice option to have, I suppose. The last young player I'm really going to show you guys, because he's another hot prospect, is Orvray here, solid 19-year-old goalkeeper, bags of potential. Unfortunately for him, he's come at an odd time in the club, as we do have some seriously kind of good young goalkeepers playing in the first team. We have Felipe Mendes here, who's listed for loan. I want this guy to go out and get first team football, but another insane goalkeeper and a under-21 international at that. And then, of course, we have the likes of Scott Everington as well. Players who like Scott Everington. This guy could easily play for any Premier League player as a first team keeper. He's on our bench. I do want to get him getting first team football soon, but you look at him and you think that's a quality goalkeeper. At the age of 20, obviously he came from Everton for 650k. That looks like an absolute bargain now, and it really is. But anyway, that's a quick rundown of the squad and the young prospects in the team. Obviously, there are other players here in the first team who are like young players, but they're good enough to play in the first team, and that's why they're here. The likes of Rico Francis. But I could ramble all day and dribble on about these insane regen players that I have, but I'm not going to. I'm going to cut the video off here, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you could leave a like on the video, it does help me out. Let me know in the comments which regen you think in the squad, or which player in the squad you think is going to be the player who guides FC United and Manchester to glory in the future. Obviously Payrod's got to be up there. Best regen I've ever had, seriously. And Roger as well. Oh god, I'm going on about these guys still, and I said I was going to stop. I'm going to stop. Guys, thank you for watching. It is me, Jack, and I'm going to talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.